All right, we're speaking with comedian Josh Blue, who's coming to the Wilbur Theater in Boston on March 28th for the Freak Accident Tour. Josh, thank you very much for taking the time this morning, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, is there any meaning behind the name of this tour, the Freak Accident Tour?
Oh yeah, man. It's one of my jokes that I do. I have cerebral palsy, and I like to get that out of the way early in the interview. Otherwise, your listeners are like, "Man, this guy is pretty drunk for this time of day."
Not judging.
I got started early, actually at birth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that. So, how long have you been doing stand-up? I mean, you were on Last Comic Standing, and how long ago was that?
That was '06, so 18 years ago.
And then you were doing it before that too, right?
Yeah, so I've probably been doing it like 20, 22 years. I started in college, actually. I went to a very liberal arts college in Olympia, Washington, and you could create your own courses and majors, and I actually studied stand-up, which was basically me just like watching Richard Pryor VHS and getting high, but it worked out.
That's research, right? That's called research.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I'm still researching.
Yeah, good. You never. Yeah, that's right. You're always learning, right?
Yeah, the new strains and the new comics. Yeah,
that's right. With every new strain, there's a different angle to find the comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're very thorough. I like that.
Yes.
Has anyone during that time and all that time, especially in the beginning, ever confronted you during or after a show and accused you of not having cerebral palsy and accused you of like just imitating that and using it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had that a few times where people are like,
wow,
you're just faking that to have an angle. And I'm like, well, if I am, I'm doing a pretty good job, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
pretty convincing the way I walk. I mean, you know how hard it is to hold my hand like this all day?
Yeah.
You're not going to catch me slipping.
Yeah.
No, and, it's just, whenever that happens, it's just so funny. It makes me laugh. Like, what kind of dick would I be to make
right?
a 20-plus year career out of having palsy?
Yeah.
I was thinking about switching it up to spina bifida next, but
well, it's a variety of content, Josh. That's what gets them, right?
Yeah, and overall, I've had very few negative interactions. Mostly people just saying, "Hey, thanks for putting disability in the limelight in a positive way," And then if I ever do get pushback, it's people going, I have a friend in a wheelchair, and I don't appreciate what you're saying. And I'm like, well, maybe ask your friend in the wheelchair what they think, because I think I'm probably speaking right to them,
Yeah,
So,
right, yeah. It's what you do is really, like you said, it's put disability in the spotlight. It breaks down stereotypes, which is great. And you make a lot of fun of yourself. You bust on yourself a lot. And you do it in a great way. But is there, like, have you yourself ever felt like you've crossed over a line? I know that's maybe an odd question since you have cerebral palsy, but is there a time where you were like, okay, maybe that one was a little too far?
Well, for someone with balance issues, I walk on the line pretty good. I feel like I've always been very good at just kind of just walking that line, and I try not to ever go over the line. I'm sure there have been times that I have maybe stepped over a bit, but I'm good at recovering. And but again, everything I'm talking about is coming from my life and my perspective. So your line may be different than my line.
Right. So you're a dad. You have 2 kids, right?
I do.
They're
teenagers now.
Oh, may
so
I?
Please help me.
I know, but I got one, and she's 19, and I'm losing my mind. I thought it would get easier. It actually. I'm starting to think about those days where she would just be pooping her diapers, and I'd be happy back at that. But
yeah, man, I'm at that point now where like, remember when they just spill stuff and make your house sticky?
yeah, right. Can I ask how old your kids are?
My boy is almost 16, and my girl is almost 13 or 14. Sorry, she's 13 now. So we're just getting into those days.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, let me ask you this, and that your kids aren't of the age yet, but maybe just a little from one parent to another parenting advice. My daughter's 19, and she still doesn't have her license yet.
Really?
I don't know.
One of those kids.
Yeah, like I've got Uber. Why would I need? I've got you and Uber. Why would I need to drive? Kind of thing.
My son's driving. He's got his permit, so that's encouraging.
Oh, good for him. God bless you on that one. What do I tell her? What should I tell her?
Get out. Get out. Yeah. I mean, are you a good walker? Can you walk?
Oh, yeah.
You make her walk a few times, and they start thinking about that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, are you going to incorporate more of your experience as a parent into your comedy? There's a lot of comedians who do that, who kind of get a lot of material from being a parent. Is that something you're going to pursue more?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so I'm about to put out my 5th hour special, and if you watch the progression of all these specials, you definitely see you are coming along the ride with me, and as my parenting progresses and as the kids get older. So every special has some jokes about the time that we're in. So, and then I'm already working on these teenager jokes. So.
Oh, geez, yeah,
Yeah,
millions.
There's an endless supply of material with these people.
What comedian during your career, especially at the beginning, what comedian was most encouraging to you? Which person came up to you and said, "Listen, whatever you do, don't stop"?
I mean, there was a few pretty big names that I got to work with. So I live in Denver, Colorado, and we have one of the best comedy clubs in the world here, the Comedy Works.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got the opportunity to open for so many big names that would come through. And, the staff, the servers at the venue would always go, "Hey, you got to see this kid," and they'd let me do it. And was one of the biggest ones that I remember that was just like, "You're good, kid,"
Hold on a second, Josh. You dropped out right as you were about to say that person's name. Are you doing this to me on purpose?
Yeah. It's just it builds the suspense.
So I'm sorry. I missed who you said it was.
Brian Regan.
Oh yeah. He's great.
He's one of the best out there. So just getting to work with him at a young age and seeing, I mean, he's a master of the craft. So the fact that he let me on his shows and liked what I did is just such a cool thing. And now he's selling out arenas and stuff.
Yeah. Now, some comedians have like a partner or a couple people they work with material. Do you do it alone, or do you have someone that works with you?
I have a very interesting style. I mean, I've never written anything down. I just come up with these ideas and bring it to stage. But I definitely have a group of friends or comedians that I like hanging out with, and it's more of like hanging out and just BSing with each other, and then you come up with an idea and they maybe spin it one way and then you spin it back. So it's constantly evolving, but for the most part, I do all my writing on my own.
Okay. And then how much does cannabis play into your writing?
Well, I mean, I like smoking weed, so it's definitely in there. It's in my brain somewhere. I mean, it's not like I just go out of my way to get high and then write. I feel like like I said, I'm more of a situational comic where things happen to me in the world, or like I said, the kids do something and then I just take that to stage and work it into a joke.
Because I talked to Ari Shafir last week, who was playing the Wilbur
Oh, yeah.
also, and I asked him like if he ever experimented with like mushrooms before he went on stage. He goes, I don't experiment, I just take them. I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Yeah, I mean, I can smoke weed before the show. I could not imagine taking mushrooms. That would be a bit much, I think.
Yeah. Are you still involved with the Paralympics in some way?
I'm not playing, but
Right.
I still have connections to the team, and I got some players coming out here in a couple weeks to one of the shows. I wish I was more involved, but as you know, life kind of takes over. And,
Right.
I wish I could still play, but I'm old and fat now.
Yeah. I used to play soccer too until I discovered weed, and then I was like, that's my sport right there. So
It's a much less cardio involved.
yeah, low impact. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But
easy on the joint.
Well,
Heavy on the joint.
heavy on the joints and the munchies. Well, that's cool, man. How did you originally get involved in the Paralympics?
It's actually a pretty funny story. I didn't even know about it till I was out of college, but I loved soccer, and I was always kicking the ball around. And I was actually working at a summer camp, and there was a woman there that had mild cerebral palsy, and she saw me kicking the ball, and she's like, there's a team for you, right? And I was like, there is? And then she gave me the email to the coach, and she put it like on a little gum wrapper, and I carried the gum wrapper around for like 3 months, just afraid to email him. And then I started doing comedy like in Denver, and me doing comedy gave me the courage to email the coach. And I sent him an email. It said, my name's Josh Blue. I'm 23 years old. I have cerebral palsy, and I'm a damn good soccer player. And he wrote back, nice to meet you, Josh Blue. We're always looking for damn good soccer players. And then 2 weeks later, I was on a plane flying to D.C., and I had a tryout, and then I was on the team for 8 years after that. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. And you got to come confident, right?
Yeah, real cocky. I don't know that I really am a damn good soccer player, but I faked it enough to make the team,
Well, for 8 years, that's pretty damn good. That's awesome.
Yeah, either that or the player pool is very shallow.
Well, Josh, really, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today. Josh Blue's Freak Accident Tour is going to be at the Wilbur Theater in Boston on March 28th. Get your tickets now. And, hey, Josh, thanks again. Good luck with the tour, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm excited to come back to Boston. I love it there.